What's going on, world? You're listening to Fresh Radio, and I'm your host, the young man Nuke, and this is where we give you family, revolution, edutainment, spirituality, health, and hip hop all in one show. And today, I do have an awesome guest who is truly crazy for food, and she's going to come and share with us a plethora of not only food expertise and experiences, but also a plethora of experiences, life experiences. So without further ado, my wonderful guest, Cydonie Brown. Are you out there?
Yay! Hi! Hello, everybody! Hello! Hi! It's me! I'm Cydonie!
Awesome. I'm so glad to hear your voice. You have no idea.
Oh,
Cydonie,
thank
with
you.
all of this high energy, please tell the people out there listening who you are and what it is you do.
Okay, well, it all started when my mom and dad had made love, and they had me. Now, when they had me about 50 million years ago, they wanted to name me Mary. But my mom says, no, that is so common. I want this girl to have a Hollywood name. So she named me Cydonie.
I like that.
And that's who I am.
Cydonie,
I'm Cydonie. I have 2 daughters. I have a wonderful YouTube channel. And I'm so happy to be here talking to you and sharing my whole life experiences.
That's awesome. It's a pleasure to have you here. And we're definitely going to talk about these experiences because from the little bit that I've gotten to know you through the things I've read about you, you have had a interesting 50 million years on this planet. So with that being the case, I want to start at the top, kind of.
Okay.
You know, what got you interested in, I guess you can say, my wife is a foodie herself. You know, she loves all types of food. What got you interested in, yes. What got you into the, I guess you can say, the culinary arts, if you will?
Oh, sure. I always like the Food Network. I like all the stars on there. But they cook food that's like, whoa, wait a minute. I can't do that. But I'm not a chef. But I have some great taste buds. So what happened was, one day, about 3 years ago, I moved here. Now it's 4 years ago. I moved to Connecticut. And I said, wow, they got some interesting flavors in these restaurants around here. So I started taking pictures of my food. And I will upload them on the Google Maps. So every time you go to Google and look for a restaurant and you look at the pictures of the restaurant, well, a lot of those pictures belongs to me. And I share that experiences of the food, the texture, the flavor, the presentation, all on just one picture. And from there, I had no idea that it will blow up. Now I have over 10 million views on my pictures on the platform Google Maps.
That is very interesting because not only is the 10 million views for the restaurants interesting, I just started doing that myself, uploading pictures and making comments on the businesses that I go to, and people really find that interesting. They find it useful, they find it helpful, all of it. And I didn't understand that. So, you know, my honesty under these businesses, it helps people to really make a choice. And that's interesting that you've taken that path and went to these restaurants and talked about the food. It's almost like you're an online digital food critic.
Right, exactly. Like, don't try this duck here. You'll regret it. Or this chef needs to go back to cooking school. But it started from there, and then I love food, and I take my family out to restaurants, It's not that we don't cook a lot. It's just that it's fun. It's you being in a different environment, the presentation of the food, and more conversation with family. That's the most important thing. We're eating, but we're also engaging in conversation. We're not sitting up watching TV, eating out of TV tender boxes, TV dinner boxes. So that's why it's so important that food brings the family together. Either if it's on a Super Bowl weekend or it's Thanksgiving, food culture in the States is unbelievable. And that's why I wanted to present that to the world.
That is the truth. I personally, and I'm a little bit of a chef, but I do a lot of baking. My grandmother taught me how to bake, and I know that anytime I go into the kitchen since I was like 3-4 years old, baking from scratch, I can do it almost all of it.
Oh,
but
that's
don't tell
wonderful. No, I won't tell all the rappers out there.
Hey, we can, if they want to, then we can get into like some type of food war or some type of what do they call it? Chop competition. Yeah.
Yeah, chop. Yeah. They'll give you a basket of collard greens. And what else they can put in there? They can put candy canes in there. And then you got to whip up something really good.
Look, my whole family's from the South, so I can, I'm pretty sure the collard greens, I can make some candy collard greens. There you go. That's the tongue twister for them. They ain't ready for it.
What are you doing on the radio? You get over there on that TV show right now. You get over there. Oh, my goodness. That's incredible.
You see, all the agents out there, you need to get some booking out there. We're going to switch this back up to you. So you've got 10 million views on pictures on this Google Maps thing. That means you're like pretty well traveled, huh?
Yes. And my first gift that Google gave me when I reached 1 million, they gave me a pair of socks. I was like, oh, I wasn't even expecting it.
Wow,
while I wore out all my other socks, walking to all these restaurants. And from there,
I need to try to give me some socks.
And from there, I worked at jobs here and there, but the last job I worked at was Foxwoods Casino. That's one of the largest casino resorts in North America. It's a tribal casino. So there I was introduced to over 25 restaurants under one umbrella. And the chefs there, they were just so proud of their work and their taste and flavors. And they will even come to the table and talk to you. And I was like, wow, they kind of know who I am. Ooh. So, when working there, you get discounts, which was just unbelievable. So I almost ate there every freaking day. When COVID happened a year ago, we had to leave right away. It was down to the last 10 minutes. We had to get our belongings, and they had to shut the casino down. And that was a big heartache for me. So what happened? What did I do? Well, a friend of mine in Japan contacted me and said, hey, let's do something together. Let's do something fun, because everybody's at home and bored to tears. So how about we start up a YouTube show about food? And I thought that's a great idea. I'm on board. But you have to audition, Cydonie, he said. I said, okay, I'll audition. By the way, my friend, his name is Rocky, Rocky. And he's Japanese, so that's kind of weird. His name is not like Hamada-san or Hamada-sensei. His name is Rocky. So I thought, wow, that's a cool name to have for a Japanese guy. So we came up with an audition. I passed the flying colors. So what happened was we end up producing a show called Food Dots. FOODOTS. It's about 3 housewives. We sit around in our rooms on a Zoom call, and we talk about food, either Japanese-style food or American-style food. And I like to call it, it's kind of like infotainment, information, but it's entertaining too. And we all speak Japanese. And I learned Japanese when I was in the Navy. And the unique thing about speaking Japanese is that we have English subtitles, so everybody around the world can follow along.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's so awesome. The Japanese culture, it actually really interests me a lot because, growing up, I will say that I watched a lot of anime. I still watch anime. And I owned a PlayStation. I like video games and Nintendo, so I'm really interested in the Japanese culture. I haven't been to Japan yet, but I've looked at Tokyo. I actually had a friend who went to Tokyo. I heard that they're very respectful out there, innovative. It's a lot of innovation that's going on in Japan that a lot of people probably aren't even aware of. They're leaps and bounds ahead of whatever you might think. I was telling my wife the other day that they have a hover police car. It hovers. It's a hover police car. It hovers over the traffic and it can fly over and get the police. And she thought I was playing until I Googled it and showed her. So it's interesting that you would have those connections out there in Japan.
Right.
Has that influenced I'd say the content that you're creating?
Yes, because we're always thinking outside the box. And we have other housewives on the show. I couldn't do the show for a couple of, for about in December because I was really busy at work. But we had my friend, she's an Australian lady. She's married to an American guy, a brother, and she lives in Brooklyn. And she filled in for me. And she talks about vegetarian food and restaurants around New York City. And she lived in Japan, too. So she talked about vegetarian restaurants in Japan. So we always try to think outside the box on everything because, once again, it's infotainment. We're giving out information in an entertaining way so you can take something from it.
Right.
Definitely the technology is higher than the U.S., and that's how it is. And they're very competitive, but they're very loving and fun people too. And when we did this, we have these little avatars on our show that kind of mimic what we do using some type of AI technology, artificial intelligence technology. So that encompasses that. We have all these crazy, wacky backgrounds. Yes, you can see us, you can hear us and see us, but you got avatars, you got pictures, you got video, you got all of that. So it's just like bam, bam, bam. That we're just giving it to you, giving you that information, making you happy. You're going to learn something, and it's going to be funny. All of that, all at one time, less than a 20-minute show.
No,
and that's how they think
like I said,
of their technology, too. Wait till the Olympics come up this year. They're going to introduce a lot more technology to the world. It's going to blow your mind.
I can't wait. I really can't. I forgot that the Olympics were being held.
So this TV show is kind of like a jump start. We're kind of like the conduit between us, Americans, and Japan. But let me tell you this about Japanese people. They love black culture. Oh, my goodness, they love black culture. Yes, they love the music, they love the fashion, they love everything, the dancing, all of that, and your history, and our history here. So don't everybody think, oh, Japan is no. They're very open to a lot of cultures, but they gravitate to black culture in the States.
That's
when I was living in Japan, I have an interesting story. When I was living in Japan, one of my Japanese female friends, she said, "Oh, I'm going to marry a African American man." I said, "Are you really? Oh, introduce me to him." So she introduced me to him, and you know what he talked like? "Hello, how are you? I am from America." I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute." I said, "Where in America?" "Oh, you know, I live in a small place outside of the Bronx." I was like, "Wait a minute. Wait a minute."
Not with that accent.
African guy telling everybody that he's from America so he can get, oh my God. I told him to drop him. Drop him like a hot potato. Oh my goodness. So you got a lot of people
That's
like that, scammers who wants to be. I was like, no, just leave him alone. He needs to go home.
That is hilarious. You know, never would have thought that would happen in Japan. The African prince is hustling in Japan now. You know, so that's something to watch out for.
I know. Next time I advise all the Japanese girls to make sure you show the guys show their passports first.
Hilarious. Crazy for food. So it's three housewives that are crazy for food. You know.
Yes, we are.
A little bit about the other guests or the other hosts that are on the show, but like.
Sure. Yeah, there's Akiko. She's a Japanese lady. She lives out in California, and she loves to like go shopping at these high-end shopping grocery stores. And me, I'm like, I live in the projects here. I'm going to the neighborhood Stop and Shop and pick up some blah, 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 blah. And she's all high-end and stuff. So her character is kind of like the fox, the sexy fox. Okay. And there's the other lady, her name is Teresa, and she's the owl character, OWL. And she is a college professor at Cal State Norridge in California. And she has lived some years in Japan. Her mom is Japanese and her dad is American. And so she gives an interesting perspective on Japanese culture. And our last show, I thought this was hilarious. She talked about, she melts cheese with her daughter and put a little bit of honey on there. And I was like, what? Your daughter's 10 years old and you're teaching her stuff like this? When my daughter was 10 years old, we were eating shrimp crackers. Oh, my God, we are crazy. Or bologna sandwiches or something. So, it's just all entertaining here. It's fun. And somebody is going to learn something from Japan. You are. And when I see children, I show the video to children, they're like, oh, my God, what language you speak? I said, that's Japanese. Because they never seen people of color speaking Japanese, and they find it, they're laughing too. And they don't understand, but they're laughing because they get the jokes. And so that's a nice medium to have that kind of power on YouTube. Is how do you make a joke that can be laughed around the world, not just an American joke or not just a Japanese joke? How do you balance those avenues? And that's what we do on the show too.
That's wonderful. Honestly, like I just sitting back thinking about it. Like I said, I watched anime and not did I only did I watch the subbed anime. I watched the dub anime as well. So I watched a lot of it subtitled. And I actually watched the Japanese channel growing up. Because it was the only place that I could watch the anime that I wanted to watch. So I picked up a little bit of Japanese. Just by osmosis. I can say 10, 3, 2, 1 because that was popular back then, and in Japanese, and people think I'm crazy. It's interesting that you'd be able to share that type of stuff through the YouTube video.
Yes. And it makes me so happy, especially with the younger kids, because then it will pique an interest. Like, for example, in high school or if they go off to college, wait a minute, I want to take this Japanese class here because I was exposed to it. And that was my mission altogether. And I really want to continue to see this channel grow and to see more views and just to have everyone a good time because the Summer Olympics coming up. It's coming up real quick. And they're not going to say no to it. It's going to be a different avenue. They're not going to have a lot of spectators, but they're still going on with the Olympics that's planned because now it's beneficial to the athletes. They work so hard at it. And just to say, oh, we're going to put it off another year when we have masks now, we have vaccines now. So it's going to continue, and they're ready to shine in the spotlight around the world. And we, as Food Dots, we want to be a part of that. And so we're not only in bringing in new housewives in the future, but we also want to bring in celebrities who have created food or drinks products. I reached out to a famous rapper. You probably know him. His name is Mr. Sean Combs. Because I love his drink. I love Ciroc. I loved it since I was bartending many, many years ago. It's very nice, sweet, and smooth. It's not all fiery in your belly and you get a quick buzz off of it. When you get that buzz, it goes wham right at you real quick. So I hope somebody out there would talk to Sean Combs. We want him on our show. We want to introduce Ciroc to the Japanese and to the worldwide audience. And I think he is so amazing being a brother in this business and has overcome a lot. So please, if anybody out there, let him know we want him.
That's the goal right there. You know, I like Sean P. Diddy, Puff Daddy Combs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's my man's. And it's funny that you talked about Ciroc because I remember I was in the club and I never heard of it. And she recommended it. I like vodka cranberry when I'm out and about, but I like cognac when I'm at home. And she recommended me try the Ciroc. And I'm not saying I'm a liquor aficionado or alcoholic or something. Right. More of a professional drinker. That's what my title is. I'm a professional drinker. So I had to drink it straight, no chase, you know? And that is one of the smoothest vodkas I've had. And it went down so great. It had a crisp to it. Like you said, it was sweet. And I can't believe that became my vodka of choice for that particular year. You know? And I just don't go out and about no more. But yes, Ciroc is awesome. It definitely is. You know, everybody knows somebody that knows somebody, and hopefully this can reach out to P. Diddy. You know, that's the goal.
I love you, P. Diddy. I love you. Love you. Please, we just want you to come on our show. Just say hello to the ladies, the housewives, and we're going to cheers to your drink because your drink. It reminded me a lot of not only my club days, but also winding down from home after a busy day and having a little bit of something. So, yes, you always remember kind of like your first love, your first kiss. I remember my first Ciroc. Yes.
Me too. I do. Outside of getting Mr. Sean Combs on the show. Is there anything else coming up in the wonderful world of Cydonie Brown? Are there any future endeavors that you got coming up besides?
Our goal is to get 1 million views in the States, in the world. We're getting views from Russia, India, South America. I was like, wow, there's a freaking huge interest in Japan right now, especially told by 3 housewives. So, just to grow the views. But I need people like your audience. I need them watching our show. seen a woman of color, a Japanese woman, a biracial woman, all coming together and entertaining and talking about food. That's our medium right there. So please, please, we would like everyone in your audience to at least watch one or two shows and give us a like, thumbs up, subscribe, show this sister girl some love here.
For sure. How can they show you some love? How can we get in contact with you?
Sure. Go to YouTube, YOUTUBE. Go to any YouTube channel and type this in the search. It's called, let me spell it out for you, F as in February, OO, D as in December, O as in October, T as in Tom, S as in Sam, and a little period. Our channel is called Food Ops. And there, go through all those videos and look for the lady with the big afro, with the nice afro crown, and watch the show.
Nah, the afro is
yeah, I'm very proud of it. It took me a long time to get used to my afro because I'm a mixture. My mom is Native American and my dad is African American. So here I am, like looking yellow, but I got a big old black afro. I learned to embrace it and love it. I wake up in the morning, pat it. I go to sleep, and I pat it. I don't put no do-rags or nothing because I enjoy my heritage. I love myself. I love my hair. So then look for me in the pictures of the big afro and just watch the show. Give us some thumbs up, likes, and show some love to us, please. Also, I want to leave you with this. I want to leave you with your audience with this. Here we go. Please tell me the state's name. Cleveland, Cincinnati. What state is that in? Yeah, that's how you say good morning in Japanese.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
I say konnichiwa.
Say it again. Say it with pride. Say it again.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa is like a hello, good afternoon. But if you want to say good morning, just say Ohio.
Ohio. That's interesting. There you guys go. You guys just learned some Japanese.
Yay!
Cydonie, I appreciate you coming through and rocking with the audience. I do. And dropping all of this food knowledge. Being crazy for food is something that is highly understated. I didn't know what crazy for food was until I met my wife, because she is, like I said, she's truly a foodie, and she has orgasms when it tastes good. You know, like that's the best way I can explain it. So like, yes. It's good food. It will drive you up the wall. You know, and you know they say the way to a man's stomach or way to a man's heart is the stomach. Same thing with a woman. Yep. Sure is.
There you go.
I do appreciate you so very much for coming through.
I will
reach out to get you back on to the show in the future just to check on you and see what's going on. And
I love that. Please. Oh, you're
anything
the best.
Else you want to say to our audience before we get out here?
No, just stay safe. You know, we're in a different time right now. The vaccines are coming. Stay safe, stay strong, and cook up a good meal. Cook up a good meal for your old lady or for your old man. Cook them up a meal.
I heard that. Cook them up a meal. No takeout. Cook them up a meal.
There you go.
Cydonie, thank you so much. Everybody out there listening, please go on YouTube. Look for the Afro. Crazy for food. The 3 housewives, the raccoon, the owl, and the fox. Oh, my Lord. And you guys have an awesome day. Be safe. Peace.